other application of modulus is to determine if a number is even or odd. Okay, so an even number, as we know, is a number that is divisible by 2, and an odd number is any number that cannot be divided by 2. Okay, so how can we write a program that will check if a number is even or not? Quickly, I'll explain the logic. So the logic here is, if a number is divisible by 2, it means that that number mod 2 will give you 0. What I mean is that if you divide that number by 2, the remainder is going to be 0. So using this simple logic, we can create a program that will check if the remainder after a number is divided by 2 is 0. If it is, then the program will say the number is an even number. And then if the program tests and sees that the remainder after the number you provided is divided by 2 has a remainder other than 0, then the program will say the number is an odd number. So let's dive in and write that program.
This game, we're going to make just 2 variables, unlike before. The first variable, because the users are entering just one number, we're going to make just 2 variables. Okay, so number and modulus. I need to store the modulus in a variable. So go to events, alright, go to sensing, and then get an input from the keyboard. So we're going to ask enter your number, enter your number. Okay, and then we'll go to variables, and then I'm going to set whatever you entered to number variable, and then we'll go to sensing, and then we'll get this. So when you ask enter your number, whatever you enter on the keyboard is temporarily stored as answer, and then we'll assign it to the variable number. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is to check if the remainder is 0. So we're going to use this, and then if go to operators, and then we'll take out this, alright. So we'll get the modulus, go to variables, and get the modulus. However, we've not described the logic for this modulus, so we will do that by going to operators, and then get that. So all we need is to check the modulus of whatever number that was typed mod 2, because we're checking if the number is even. So we're using 2. Any number that can be divisible by 2 will be an even number. If the number is not divisible by 2, then the number is an odd number. So if modulus is 0, then it means that the number is divisible by 2. So that means if the remainder is 0, the number is divisible by 2, and we say that number is an even number. So I'm going to go to loops, and then I say number. Let me do small concatenation here, and then I say your number I will add another join here, and I say is divisible, or no, not divisible, is an even number. So I actually do not need this. I just want to say it's an even number or it's an odd number. Number is, let me give space, is an even number. Okay, I'll just duplicate this. So if the remainder is not 0, then it means it's an odd number. Odd number. Say odd number. Let's just say 5 seconds. Let's just say 5 seconds. So let me explain this. When green flag clicked, it's used to activate this green flag as your start button. This first code asks will prompt you to enter a number, and then whatever number that is entered after you press enter on the keyboard, that number will be stored temporarily as answer. And then if you enter 2, it means the answer is 2, and then these 2 will be used to store in the variable called number. So number becomes 2, and then the program will calculate the modulus by dividing that number you entered by 2 and get the remainder. That remainder I got is going to store it in a variable called modulus. That's mod in this case. Okay, and it's now going to check if that mod, that remainder, is equal to 0. If the remainder is 0, it means that 2 can divide the number you entered. Then it's going to say that number you entered is an even number. If the remainder is not 0, then it means that 2 cannot divide whatever number you entered, and it's going to say the number you entered is an odd number. So let's try. Say enter your number. Round starts with 15. So you say 15 is an odd number. Okay. Let's run the game again. And let me enter 100. Say 100 is an even number. Okay, so you can see that the game was good. The only thing we need to do here is to initialize the variables to 0 when we start. So I'll just drag my set here to 0 and my set here to 0. I'll change this to number. So anytime I click on the green flag, everything initializes to 0, and then we can enter a new number. 67 as my number. 67 is an odd number. All right. When we play the game again, everything initializes back to 0. If we say 40, 40 is an even number. So guys, this is it about modulus. Remember, modulus is the leftover after a number is divided by another number. Okay, and we use this idea of modulus to check for divisibility, and we also use it to check if a number is even or odd. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please like and subscribe so that anytime I post videos like this, you'll be the first to be notified. See you in the next one.